Hi guys, so today we are long overdue a Trading 212 portfolio update, and considering I've pretty much doubled my holdings, I have a lot of updates. So without further ado, let's just jump straight into that. As always, I'll go through my investor account first and then my ISA second. So with the investor account, in the last update I had £892, and as you can see here, I currently have 1,756. So that's an £864 increase, which, like I said, is almost double what I had before. So let's go through all of the changes. So the first holding on my list is Advanced Micro Devices. So this is actually a free share that I got that I have held. I was hoping that it would go up a little bit more before I sold it, but so far it's been down. So as you can see here, I have one share worth £61.67, and that's a minus 2.79% return. It's probably not something that I'll keep very long term, but at the moment I'm just going to keep it for a while just to see how it performs. If it does go up substantially, then I will sell it. So that's an increase of one share here since the last update. Next we have Amazon. So with Amazon, I've gone up by 0.018 shares, which doesn't sound like a lot, but obviously Amazon is worth a lot of money. So at the moment I have £113.92 here, which is a minus 5% return. I think that's like a £40 increase from where I was before. So again, because Amazon's worth a lot, it doesn't seem like a lot in actual share terms, but it was about £40 that I added. Next, we've got Astrazeneca. So I think I've put about £6 in here, which is about 0.073 of a share. So again, not a big increase, but Astrazeneca has been very volatile over the last month that I've seen. So I just decided to stay away from it, especially with like the Pfizer news and stuff. So not much update there. Next, we've got a brand new addition, and that is Beyond Meat. So I purchased 0.25 shares of this. It was a stock that I'd wanted to invest in a long time ago, and it obviously shot up loads and I just didn't want to pay that much. But quite recently I noticed that the share price fell, so I thought I'd give it a go and just put some money in and see where it goes. So at the moment I've got £24 in here, and it's currently at 0.13% increase. If you don't know what Beyond Meat is, it's basically a plant-based meat type company. So they do really good fake meat burgers. The next one, technically not going to count it, but it is EasyJet. It was a free share that I got on Friday, so I haven't managed to sell it yet, but I will sell it. I've been getting a lot of EasyJet shares lately. I feel like they've replaced either National Grid or Under Armour with EasyJet because I'm getting a lot of these. But yes, EasyJet, £7.41, currently a 0.68% increase, but like I said, this is going to go as soon as the market's open, providing it's in plus. Next, we've got the Ishares Ftse 100. There's been zero change in this one, and it's currently up 5.78%. I do need to increase my Ftse 100 a little bit, but so far I've just wanted to increase my positions in other places, so I've kind of neglected this one. Next, we've got Johnson & Johnson. You know, this is one of my favorites, and I mentioned it in one of my recent videos about the top US dividend stocks. So I've added 1.5 shares of this one. So that puts my position at £293, which is currently a plus 1.3% return. Next, we've got Microsoft, and similar to Amazon, this one is down at the moment. I'm actually down 2.5%, but I did add 0.09 of a share to this position since the last update. Just trying to average down the portfolio. Again, they're very small amounts. It was about £15 that I added into this one. It is one that I want to hold long term, so when it is down, I just add little bits when I can. Next, we've got National Grid, and I mentioned that I won't be buying into National Grid myself, but any free shares that I get in it, I will keep because I do think it's a good stock to hold. It's actually been an increase of 18 free shares since the last update on National Grid, putting my position at £296 and plus 8.25%. So this is actually currently one of my strongest positions, which is crazy because it was the free shares. And when I look at my portfolio overall, it's actually the free shares that are performing better than all the others, which is pretty good. Next we have Pfizer, and I thought that it would do a lot better than it has. I've increased my position by 0.3 since the last update, but I'm currently only plus 1.67%. So you can see here I've got £34 invested in it. When I invested in Pfizer and Astrazeneca, I actually thought Astrazeneca were closer to the vaccine, so made the wrong choice there, but they are both really good companies anyway, so I don't regret investing in either. I just wish I'd put more into Pfizer, but never mind. I'm just glad it's up at all. It spent a long time for me in the red, so I'm just glad it's currently gone back up. Then we have Plug Power, which is doing amazing. I've added 2.77 shares into this one. If you watch my free trade portfolio ones, you know I've also got it in there. But in terms of trading 212, I have £49 in this, and it's currently plus 31%. I think it's even higher on my free trade portfolio. I think it's like plus 50% at the moment. But still, 31%, it's amazing. And you can see here, it's just been shooting upwards. So I'm really glad that I invested into this. It all started with a free share that I got on free trade, and then someone also mentioned that it's in the green energy ETF that I hold. So I thought I will put some money into it, and it seems to be paying off so far. Next is another free share that I haven't managed to sell yet. It's Tilray, and you can see here it's £5.76 and it's down 31%. So I am going to sell this one as soon as it goes back in the green, or at least climbs up a little bit more. Not planning to hold this at all. I just don't want that big loss. So I'm just going to hold it and see. It's not a lot of money, so even if it completely tanked, it's not the end of the world, but I want to give it the opportunity to rise a bit before I sell it and reinvest it somewhere else. Then we've got Under Armour. I made a decision as well to keep the Under Armour shares that I got since the last portfolio. Again, the stock's been doing quite well. So I just thought I will keep them as an experiment and see what happens. And again, it's one of my strongest positions at the moment at plus 23%. So £123 in that one. And like I said, this was all free shares. Thank you if you do use my referral links. Obviously you get a free share as well if you use the link, so I'm hoping that you guys are getting some good shares as well. And finally, in the invest account, we have Unilever. So this position has increased by 3.28 since the last update. So I've currently got 5.2 shares in this one. It's up 2.7%, which is really good. And some of these were free shares and some of these were my own top-ups, because I do think this is a great company to hold. Okay, so let's move to the ISA now. So in my ISA, I have currently got £815, which is an increase of about £340 since the last update. I've added a little bit to most of the positions here, so if we just go through them. AbbVie, I've added 0.31 of a share to AbbVie, and it's currently plus 10.8%, which is brilliant. You guys know that I'm a big fan of AbbVie. I hold it in both free trade and trading 212. I think it's a brilliant company to invest in. Next, we've got Apple. I've added 0.15 of a share to Apple. You can see here I'm down 4.8% on Apple, currently sitting at 61.85. I do think there's a theme here with like Amazon, Microsoft and Apple all being down, so not too worried about that. So next we've got AT&T, which has had no change. I've been a bit cautious with AT&T. I haven't sold out my positions, but I'm a little bit worried about them generally. I think if you look here, their share price just hasn't done very much, and I think a lot of the things that I'm seeing and hearing are making me not worried enough to sell out of it, but worried enough to not want to put more money into it. So at the moment, I've kept my AT&T position as is. Again, I have a bigger holding in this in free trade, but here it's £16 and it's currently down 2.7%. Next, we've got Comcast. I put an extra 1.22 shares into here. You guys know I've become a big fan of Comcast, and it is currently up 12.5%. I think I'm generally sort of replacing my drip feeding into AT&T by drip feeding into Comcast. The next one is a new addition. Again, if you watched my US dividend stocks video, you will be familiar with this one. It is Dover. I've added 0.266 shares here, which is about £25, and it's currently down 1.32%. Next is Aviva Partners. Again, this is a new addition based on that video. So I've purchased one share into them, and that was about £33, and it's currently down 0.48%. If you're wondering about any of these and you haven't watched that video, I will link it up here somewhere and you can go check it out, because it talks about all the best US dividend stocks that have the longest history of paying out and increasing dividends. Next, we've got Realty Income. I've added an extra 2.79 shares since the last video, putting my position at £424, and it's currently up by 0.69%. Next is Tesla. I have not changed my position in Tesla at all. It is still sitting at £45 and it's currently down 9.8%. So I'm quite glad that I didn't add more after the stock splits, when I just kept the profit that I made. And finally, we've got the two Vanguard Sp 500 ETFs. I've added 0.477 to the Sp 500 one here at the top and 0.859 to the bottom one here. You can see the first one here is down by 0.61% and the bottom one is up by 5.2%. Again, if you're wondering why I hold both, it is due to the fact that one is held in pounds and one is held in dollars. So that's it for this portfolio update. Let me know what you think. Do you have any of these stocks, and do you have any views on the stocks that I hold? Are you a fan of them? Are you not a fan of them? And it would be good to know what you think about AT&T as well. As always, thanks for watching, and I'll see you in the next video. Bye.